Hello, Bola Talk comes to your screens this afternoon with me, Subilo, where we get to interact about the happenings of football in Zambia and how our Zambian owner players are doing abroad out there. Of course, like I earlier indicated, they will be biased to women's football partially, and as well as northwestern football, where over a few of talent being exposed to the world out there. We'll be interacting with a lot of stakeholders, including yourself, where we'll get to share ideas on how we can even improve this show going forward. Not forgetting, we'll be featuring even players themselves to get their views, what they think, what we can do to improve football in our country, as well as on the pitch, off the pitch, and talk about welfare of players, the performance, factors affecting players, and the like. Remember, there are many stakeholders in football, but the major stakeholders in football are footballers themselves. At some point, I remember challenging footballers to take up the space and be there to champion football analysis with the special understanding of football coming from a football background. They are able to guide us in a very special way in that they understand football. They have been players before. They have played football and they know what it takes, what is at stake, what exactly they have to talk about. Of course, this festival season is a period when almost everyone is glued to the families, but that has not been the case with our women football in Zambia, where we've seen the FA trying to manage time to catch up with other leagues so that they finish in time. Remember, we are just getting into this Zambian Super League for the ladies that was initially initiated as National Women's Football, which has run now for 3 seasons. Now it's the third season, and how it has grown. Remember, women's football is growing drastically, and we've seen the performance of both our national teams, our as well as our club teams have performed both local and abroad. Talk over Green Buffaloes, the defending champions of the Women's Super League, how they fared last year and how they brought glory to this country. Talk of when they went for the CAF as well as the COSAFA tournament at club level. They did splendid, and we can not say much because we all had our eyes to see how much they performed to bring glory to our country. Of course, as I earlier alluded to, the women's football never went on a recess apart from being given the Christmas and New Year holidays not to play. But they played in the midweeks of these two important occasions of the world globally celebrated. We saw the important fixtures that came out characterized Green Buffaloes traveling to Prison Leopards in Kabwe with that motivation of the new bus coming from the Zambia Army Command. We saw how they performed very well, humbling Prison Leopards by 3 goals to 0 at their backyard. Of course, we understand Prison Leopards are currently not in their best form. They haven't been so good, um, especially maybe we could associate that performance to some players that have been taken for training. We hear that's the correctional training that maybe could be affecting the team's performance so far. Of course, we'll further drive to how Buffaloes have been performing. They have 3 games in hand, and we remember how when they only came to concede the first goal of the season when they played their week 3 scheduled match against Trident Queens, that is at Sentinel, where they won by 5 goals to 1. And it's Matilda Jonga who broke the record for being the first player to score against Green Buffaloes this season. That's something that is remarkable to Trident management and the technical itself. Again, the other fixture that was of interest in last Thursday's fixtures in the women's football, that's week 14. was Zesco Ndola ladies, the log leaders being humbled for the first time, facing defeat at the hands of the female corps from Solwezi, that's Police Staff Queens. We saw how it was nearly being beaten by 2 goals to 0, but thanks to Happy Pinto, who rose to the occasion in the 90th plus minute to score a consolation goal from a careless defense, I would say, maybe a minor defense error, I would say as well. But it's the game of football. What was important for the Solwezi-based Corps was to record that massive wins against the low graders. They unbeaten Zesco Ndola ladies, who now goes into the most interesting fixture of the week. That is against Green Buffaloes themselves at Arakan Green Square Ground there in Lusaka on Thursday, 15 hours. We hope my brother Pedro Wanza will be able to bring this match on our screen so that we are able to follow proceeding as we see what is it that who is to carry the day between the two. Remember, Zesco are currently boasting of taking the lead, uh, taking the lead, leading the season, leading the league by a massive point. But we can see Buffaloes slowly closing in, obviously with a view uh, to defend the title. But from the look of things, it won't be an easy one. Look at the performance of Zanaco, also Zanaco ladies who are in form and doing remarkably so well. Talk over the performance from Red Arrows, who are coming from a massive victory as well. It doesn't look to be any easy, but we only hope for the best between the two as they meet this Thursday there at Arakan Barracks. But with me, the favorable result would be a draw. Of course, all things being equal. And another interesting fixture will be Trident Queens traveling all the way to Ndola to lock horns with inform Indeni Roses. Of course, Indeni Roses should be wary of this match because we remember how Trident nearly hosted Zesco area when they played away at Sentinel Ground. They could have possibly been the first team to record a win against Zesco, but I think concentration among the players defeated them. We saw how Zesco recovered and managed to snitch just a goal, and that was enough to make them win. So, getting back to Indian Roses and Trident Queens, this will be another interesting match that no one should take at ransom because anything is possible. Trident isn't playing at all. Look at the number of reshuffles that are likely to come forth. We talk over the trials that they held in Lusaka 2 days, well as they also did the same at Sentinel Ground. Uh, that's something that shows the seriousness that the management and the sponsors have attached to this league. At least it gives hope for stronger competition in this league. Could be the target they want maybe to also compete in the CAF managed competitions. And of course, we wouldn't be surprised if at all Trident finds themselves in the top four of the league. With if that's if they continue on this trajectory over the women's over the competition in the league.